Hello, y'all. This is Julian Rico. This is Sports News, January 23rd, 2025. We got a lot of stuff we got to get through. The NFL news, an NBA All-Star news, of course. And then we got some other news we got to get through. Let's get to the news. Before we start, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. The road to 100 subscribers for this year. This is the goal for this year. Now let's get to the news. Our top story just happened a few hours ago. A plot twist. The Buccaneers offense coordinator Liam Coen is meeting with the Jaguars after immediately declining. Now, this is a surprise because Liam Coen has not yet to sign the contract extension with the Buccaneers. Remember yesterday, if you have not seen my short video, that the Jaguars parted ways with Trent Baalke. That was a huge surprise. Well, for a lot of people, no surprise that Trent Baalke was got to go. But Liam Coen is in the building, as what our reporters are saying, and they are working on a deal that will make Liam Coen as the next head coach. My timeline, I do think this is going to happen either tonight or tomorrow morning to make him official to be Jaguars head coach. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, let me tell you, Bucs fans, you fire Brian Leftwich, you bring in Dave Canales, and now he's the head coach of the Panthers. And now you're about to lose Liam Coen, and he's probably going to expect to take that Jaguars head coaching job. This is, again, good luck finding another offense coordinator. All right, to the Raiders head coaching update. I had one comment that I will be giving you the update for the Raiders coaching job. Here it is. The Raiders are growing more interest on former head coach of the Seahawks, Pete Carroll. Now, we're hearing another candidate in this one. This is an interesting one. The Chiefs defensive coordinator, Steve Spagnuolo, has also drawn interesting from the Raiders. Now, this could be two things. One, they would probably wait for Steve Spagnuolo until either the Chiefs lose in the divisional round or lose to the Super Bowl or after they win the Super Bowl. Or they can wait for Pete Carroll and interview him. This one could make sense, one of these two. Steve Spagnuolo is a defensive-minded coach. He's been a head coach before with the Giants. Before then, he became the Chiefs defense coordinator. That's something that Raiders fans will want to have. Pete Carroll, of course, a former Super Bowl winner, also another defensive-minded coach. They're going to go with a defensive-minded coach here. But if they were to look offensive-minded coaches, they are probably going to wait on Joe Brady, who's the Bills' offensive coordinator. And that is something, I think, with the remaining teams left, they are going to be paying attention on Joe Brady. Well, guess what? We're hearing a report that the Cowboys owner, Jerry Jones, has spoken informally with Pete Carroll recently as well. Now, we're also hearing a report, according to NBC Sports, that the Cowboys are working on a deal to hire Brian Schottenheimer as their next head coach. Now, I don't know if this is confirmed news or is it just those rumors, of course. Brian Schottenheimer, of course, is going to lose the offense coordinator for 2 seasons with the Cowboys. Now they got something interesting in Dallas. So we don't know if that hire is going to be official or not, or they're just giving us that rumor stuff. Right now, the news, of course, Jerry Jones has spoke immediately with Pete Carroll recently as well, and the Raiders are interested in Pete Carroll and Steve Spagnuolo for the head coaching vacancy. All right, to the NFL awards. The big news, of course, for the NFL is the awards finalists. Congratulations to the MVP finalists: Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Saquon Barkley, and Jared Goff. Yes, they're your MVP finalists. I will do an NFL awards prediction video, so This should be fun to watch. I'll get that prediction of who will win the MVP, the Walter Payton Man of the Year, and these main voters. Offensive Player of the Year finalists: Saquon Barkley, Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, and Jamar Chase. Now that is going to be tough to pick because yes, you got Jamar Chase winning the Triple Crown. Saquon Barkley ran 2,000 rushing yards, which if he did broke Derek Dickerson's record, he should have won MVP. That's something interesting there. Defensive Player of the Year. There are some good names here. Pat Surtain, Myles Garrett, the reigning Defensive Player of the Year, Trey Hendrickson, TJ Watt, and a surprise Zach Bond from the Eagles is in this. If I were to pick a Defensive Player of the Year winner, I think it's going to come down to TJ Watt, Trey Hendrickson, or Myles Garrett, or maybe Pat Surtain, depends on how their season goes. Offensive Rookie of the Year: Brock Bowers, Jane Daniels, Malik Neighbors, Bo Nix, and Brian Thomas Jr. Now, the obvious winner is going to be Jane Daniels. But if it's not Jane Daniels, who else will it be? I would give it to Brock Bowers. I think you look at what he did in Las Vegas. Of course, he did set a lot of rookie records. That's what I would hand the rookie award to if it's not Jane Daniels. Defensive Rookie of the Year: Cooper DeJean, Braden Fisk, Quinyon Mitchell, Chop Robertson, and Jarek Verse. I think it's going to come down to Jarek Verse or maybe I would say Quinyon Mitchell, one of those two, for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Coach of the Year: Dan Campbell, Kevin O'Connell, Sean Payton, Dan Quinn, and Andy Reid. Now, I think the winner for that one will be Kevin O'Connell for now, but I will do a awards prediction video. Assistant Coach of the Year. This is another award that nobody has paid attention to. Joe Brady, Vic Fangio, Brian Flores, Aaron Glenn, and Ben Johnson. If I would get to that award, I would give it to Ben Johnson, Aaron Glenn, or the one I would make sense is Brian Flores. You see what he did with his defense? Yeah. Comeback Player of the Year. Now, my guy, Bryce Young, is not in this award, but this is about those who fall from their injuries, of course, or have suffered what could be career-ending injuries, and they came back in style. Joe Burrow in this Comeback Player of the Year, Sam Darnold, J.K. Dobbins, Christian Gonzalez, and Damar Hamlin. Now, the two candidates I think is going to win this award is going to be J.K. Dobbins or Joe Burrow. I know Sam Darnold has some good year with Minnesota, but that's just 1 year. I think it's going to come down to Joe Burrow or J.K. Dobbins. Burrow had that elbow injury, came back, had what could be, maybe the Bengals should have been in the playoffs. And then you got J.K. Dobbins, who's been dealing a lot of injuries. He signed with the Chargers on a 1-year deal. And look what he did. A fantastic season for him in the NFL. Let's go to the NBA. The All-Stars games have been announced for the starters. Let's start in the East. Jalen Brunson, guard for the Knicks. Donovan Mitchell, guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Giannis Antetokounmpo, forward for the Bucks. Jason Tatum, forward for the Celtics. And Karl Anthony Towns, forward for the New York Knicks. Those are the All-Star game starters for the East. The starters for the West. SGA from Oklahoma City Thunder, guard. Steph Curry, guard for the Golden State Warriors. The three-time defending MVP, Nikola Jokic, forward for the Nuggets. LeBron James, forward for the Lakers. And interesting, this one, Kevin Durant, forward for the Phoenix Suns. He won this one, the last spot, over Victor Wembanyama. Wow. Now, the other one that almost fell was LaMelo Ball. Now, LaMelo Ball had a lot of fans voted for him, but he did not make it to the starters. That hurts. That hurts. Let's go to bonus. So it's official. Bill Belichick has officially signed his contract that will make him as the head coach of the Tar Heels. When is his debut? Well, we have one. Belichick will make his UNC debut on primetime Monday game against TCU, a home game in Chapelville against TCU and the Horned Frogs on September 1st. So we cannot wait to keep an eye on that game. That should be a lot of fun. Notre Dame's cornerback Benjamin Morris has declared for the 2025 NFL Draft. Congratulations for a successful season that he led that Notre Dame defense to the national championship game. And the Atlanta Braves have signed Jerkerich Profits from the San Diego Padres to a 3-year, $42 million contract. He will fly from San Diego to Atlanta. One more news, and this is a sad news. Well, not we lost someone, but this is a huge loss on the organization. The Houston Texans have parted ways with team president Greg Grissom. Now, Greg was part of this, was the team president since the inaugural season in 2002 when the Texans had their inaugural year in 2002. They will be searching for a new team president, of course, but for him, it's been a long time. He did a great job as team president with the Houston Texans. Happy for Greg, and we'll see where this goes. Again, if you have not seen the other news, of course, the Robert Saleh news that just happened today, go and check that out. If you've not seen the others, go ahead and check those out. And I had some comments about the Raiders coaching job, Ben Johnson job, and then a lot of comments about that Trent Baalke news. So if you have not checked those, go ahead and check that out. Hit that like button again, subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell for more sports news. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.